Good evening, Rotorua, tonight on City News. More on yesterday's announcement of council staff realignments. The Rotorua wedding show Hitched is on this Sunday, and Rotorua Boys High First 15 play Tauranga Boys High in the Chiefs Cup final. Rotorua District Council CEO Jeff Williams has released the findings to staff of the organisational realignment review. Mr Williams says council staff have been told about their new roles in shaping a final structure to meet expectations for Rotorua 2030 goals and 2016 priorities.
Yeah, look, it is a tough time. It's incredibly hard on the organisation, and look, I really feel for the people and families that are affected by it at the moment. We're not at the end of the process though, so as of today all we've done is told people who are affected by this that their jobs won't be going forward. They are then in a process where they're going to be applying for jobs. There are vacancies, so there's opportunities for people. And so it won't be until we're at the end of that process that we'll really know who's going to be in the organisation and who's not.
Rotorua Neighbourhood Support is reminding locals and visitors to be safe in the city this holiday weekend. Coordinator Bruce Quedley says lock your cars while sightseeing and locals to lock up if going away. He also says if you do need police, use the 111 system and make your call clear.
If it's a life-threatening situation, they will prioritise it to be there quicker. But they've got to deal with other people's problems as well as yours, so that they'll get there as soon as they can. But what they do need is information. And when you dial 111, what you should be giving to the operator is a clear description of what you're reporting, a clear description of any suspect people involved, so that when the police come, they can act on that information immediately.
The Rotorua wedding show Hitched is on this Sunday. The largest show of its kind in Rotorua, Hitched will showcase over 90 exhibitors from throughout the Bay of Plenty and beyond. Featured are runway shows, live music and fantastic prizes. The Rotorua wedding show is on Sunday starting at 9 a.m. at the Convention Centre. In sport tonight, Rotorua Boys High First 15 take on Tauranga Boys High this weekend in the final of the Chiefs Cup competition. The Chiefs Cup is played for by the top secondary schools in the Chiefs region, and this weekend's final is the curtain raiser for the Black Ferns versus Australia Rugby International. Rotorua Boys assistant coach Craig Hodge says the boys are extremely excited to be playing in the final, especially as the game is on home ground.
Be good to see some of the women's rugby in town, and I'm sure even the boys could learn a thing or two from them as well. But yeah, just really looking forward. The boys are excited, and to play on that ground, you know, it's a privilege really. It's a lovely ground and it's well looked after, and
it's home.
Yeah, it is home for us. Yeah, so Tauranga boys will have to come, and we still see it as a home ground for us.
To your weather now, and the forecast tonight is fine with southeast winds and an overnight low of 3. And we have a full forecast of the weekend's weather coming up straight after City News thanks to Met Service. For program listings or to watch City News again, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz and remember to check out our Facebook page. Still to come in tonight's program, we find out about the Okaraka Dance Company's latest production. We catch up with former Chamber of Commerce head Roger Gordon and find out what he's up to now. And we have more on yesterday's announcement of the council staff realignments.
The world premiere of Mana Wahine, which is a dance performance and has an all-female cast, is being held here in Rotorua. Today I'm catching up with Rachel Pearman, who is the General Manager of Okaraka Dance Company, which has its roots here in Rotorua as well, and she explains more. Hi Rachel, thanks for joining us today on City News. Now give me a bit of background on Okaraka Dance Company and where it all started.
Yeah, Okaraka Dance Company is actually named after Lake Okaraka here in Rotorua. So Tai Royal is one of our artistic directors along with Tane Mete, and Tai is a local boy. So he grew up around Lake Okaraka, And when Tai and Tane have both been dancers for about 25, 30 years in a lot of other contemporary dance companies around New Zealand and the world, they really are dance royalty, excuse the pun, but they decided that it was time for them to set up their own company. And we're here one weekend in Rotorua, and Tane said, look, this lake is beautiful, this is everything that we are, this is our values, this is what we want. So Okareka Dance Company was born, and they brought me on board as general manager and producer. I've worked with the boys in many capacities over the years, so together we have brought Okareka Dance Company to New Zealand as a contemporary dance company. And we started in 2007 with the first project called Tamama, which is a semi-autobiographical piece about both Tai and Tane and their journeys through dance. And from there we've just established, and we've done, our second piece was Ngā Hui Whā. And then last year we toured first New Zealand tour of Matariki Under the Stars, which is what we've named our tours, was with K Road Strip. And this year our new piece is Mana Wahine.
Wow, so Te Ao Māori is obviously the biggest part of the dance company. It
is. It stems, that's where our values stem from, really traditional values of the Māori history and stories that we connect with that come through into the company. And those values we bring through into the way we run the company, the way we work with our teams, the way we want to feel and who we work with, as well as then stem into the actual work itself that you see on stage.
Let's talk about those values a little bit. How do you transpose those into dance?
I think it's just really about how you're actually working. You know, we really do work with mana and with whānau. Anyone that starts to work, that works with Okareka Dance Company at any point in time, whether it's for a couple of days or a year or full time, is part of that whānau when they come and go. And we always bring that. And it's a really, in the rehearsal room, we make sure we do, you know, we've got karakia and blessings, and we talk through everything that's happening, because there's some really strong issues, especially with what we're working at the moment, that the girls have to take on board and go through, and so we need to make sure that we keep everything calm and gentle, and that's really important to us as well.
Now you mentioned girls, or the wahine of the team, because this is solely female dancing, isn't it?
It is. So this time Tai and Tane have stepped into choreographic roles purely. They're not dancing on stage themselves, and they've got we've got a co-authorships happening with Tai and Tane choreographing along with Malia Johnson, who's also, she's very well renowned as a choreographer for WOW, World of Wearable Arts in Wellington, and we've chosen to work with an all-female dance company, and it is based around, well, it's inspired by some stories that come from here in Rotorua.
The reason we've come to see you, Rachel, is that you obviously, like you said, you're doing the world premiere here in Rotorua. Whenabouts is that?
So that's on Friday the 27th of June. So we will be here for the week prior. And putting everything together production-wise at the Civic Theatre here, and then on the Friday evening at 7:30 we will be world premiere of Mana Wahine right here in Rotorua.
Cool. So people need to get tickets, don't they?
Absolutely they do, that's for sure, and I think it's Ticketmaster or turning up to the theatre itself, and the staff there will be able to look after all their ticketing requirements.
Now if someone's at home watching and they want to get involved or come to the show, is there any more information that they can, or a website they can go to?
Absolutely. Our website is okareka.com. And we are regularly doing updates as well. So through the process of the rehearsal, we are filming some of that so people can actually see how it comes together, how our designers work with the team in actually creating the piece that will be the end product on the 27th of June. So we really want people to understand where the journey goes from, and how our female dancers are bringing their essence of who their mana wahines are as well to the choreographers and creating a piece together.
How did you choose those performers?
We did, Tai and Tane and Malia did handpick the dancers. It really was about the energy and strength that they could bring to the process that we worked with. They are of Māori descendant, yes, but that wasn't a necessity. One of our understudies, Ula, is from a Pacific Island descendant. It was more about the essence of those values and where that comes through, and the strength in their dance that could actually portray what we wanted there. Cool. So we do most of the projects, all the projects so far we've actually handpicked. However, our next piece, Number 8 Wire, which is happening in 2 years' time, we are finally going to audition. So in November this year, if there are any dancers out there that are interested in working with the company, we will actually be holding, including males, absolutely. It'll be males, females. We've been looking at different types of performers working with that piece as well. So we're really excited to be finally opening up and to New Zealand and looking forward to
That sounds really exciting, Rachel. We wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to that.
Thank you.
June 27th.
We're so excited to be able to bring the product back here as well, and not just go, right, we're based in Auckland, we'll do the world premiere in Auckland every time. That's not how it works. We want to be here. Bring it home. Absolutely.
Good stuff,
Absolutely.
Rachel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there is life after being a public servant, and Roger Gordon is testament of that, because he is now the new manager here at the beautiful Springfield Golf Course. So we're going to catch up with Roger today and find out what he's been up to. Hi Roger, good to have you on City News today.
Good.
Now, how's your new job here as manager of the Springfield Golf Course?
Oh, well, look, there's a lot of people who would die for this job. Look at it. Wonderful place to
beautiful.
work. And, you know, when you get the opportunity to go out and have a round of golf when you're not doing anything in the office, it's a great job to have.
Is that part of the contract as being manager, is it?
I haven't had time to go out yet, but it really is. And it's a wonderful course, great club. You know, the people in this club, I don't think I've never been associated with a club where all the members are really so willing to jump in and do things. And it's a great atmosphere in the club, really is.
Now, I noticed when we drove in here, and you can see all around the whole golf course, there's lots of sponsorship and lots of support from Rotorua businesses.
Oh, yes, yeah. A club like this can't exist without sponsorship. It's like everything, you know, when you talk about social clubs, sports clubs, there's such a battle trying to get your share of that discretionary income or discretionary time. And really, you've got to look at every opportunity to create relationships and get support. And you're quite right. You know, when somebody sponsors us, they get a fair deal of exposure.
You can't miss it, can you?
You can't miss it. So, and that's part of the quid pro quo for sponsorship. So we're lucky with the sponsors that we've got.
Yeah. So what's the bulk of your job? What's the manager do here?
Well, basically looking at the operation of the clubhouse, because we've got a lovely facility upstairs, good bar, good restaurant cum cafeteria. We've got a shop there. We've got to look after the course, make sure it's presented in the right way, look at the members' services that we offer, look at the tournaments, the competitions that we run. So it's quite a varied role here as manager.
Let's talk about those tournaments and competitions, because we're almost halfway through the year. So what's happening for the winter and coming into the summer season towards the end of the year?
Yeah, we've got a big tournament coming up this on the 30th or 31st and 1st of June, which is the Springfield Masters tournament, and that's one of two major tournaments that we run here.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's good. So it's those kind of tournaments. But apart from those big tournaments, then every week there's some little tournament that the members get involved in, like a haggle or a roll-up or something like that, where it's competing not only against each other but basically against themselves. That's the thing with golf, that every time you play, you're competing against yourself.
I heard an old adage or an old saying if you play golf, you don't have a life. Is that true?
Well, I don't know. I can't answer that. I was going to say if you're a golf manager, you don't have a life either, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now, obviously, Danny Lee he's from Rotorua, and obviously probably one of our most high profiling golfers.
Yep.
Is he due to come home any soon and share his wisdom and experience here?
I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that when he does come, he'll come and obviously play at his home course, which is Springfield, and this is where he learnt his task. And when you have a look at the course and you look at all the discipline of making sure you don't get in the trees and keeping it nice and straight down the fairway, so you can see where he got his skills from.
Yeah.
You know, here. So we hope that he does come back, and we're sure that he will, and meet and play with all his friends and the members here.
Now, the last time we were here, I caught up with Craig Tidiana, and we just briefly mentioned Lydia Cohen, how amazing she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, since that interview, she's now turned pro.
Yep.
She's on her way to being #1. What do you think that'll mean to her? You know, and obviously coming from New Zealand, it's a pretty amazing feat, really.
Oh, well, the fact that she's come from little old New Zealand, and she's going to be soon world #1 for ladies. I think it's an incredible achievement. It really is. But it's going to take her a lot of discipline, and there'll be a lot of pressures on her, and she's only still very young.
17.
And I just hope that the pressures don't get too much for her, and she's got good counsel behind her that helps her to handle all of that pressure, because there will be some. And there'll be a lot of commercial pressure, because it's not only just the playing of the golf, of course, it's all of the sponsorships and all of the support that she's got that's now starting to roll in. And she's got to learn to handle all that as well.
Now, you bring a lot of experience to the table, Roger, and one of the things I can see around here is that there's not many people here today.
Yep.
Now, is that because it's coming into the winter season, or is it the bulk of your members are at work?
Oh, I think obviously most people do have a job during the day. We've got a few out there on the course, and Monday is traditionally a quiet day because, of course, Saturday and Sunday are probably the two major days of the week. So everybody's had a bit of a go out, a bit of a hit out over the weekend.
Those people aren't today because it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, and it was pouring down on Saturday, and they were still out there playing in the pouring rain. Oh, golf is funny.
I think you can rate it with fishing. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, but the good thing about this is I don't have to wear a suit anymore.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you that and be cheeky. Do you miss wearing a suit?
Not really.
Not really?
No, it's nice just to come dressed casually and,
And did you have a good holiday before you started this role?
Yeah, I had a couple of months off, yep. So I've been in this role since the 1st of May and enjoying it.
Good stuff. Roger, good to catch up with you again, and all the best for your new job.
Good, thanks.
Thank you.
Mayor Steve Chadwick and RDC Chief Executive Jeff Williams held a media conference at the Civic Centre on Thursday to announce the council's staff restructuring. Mr Williams revealed the completed realigned council core organisation will take effect from 1st of July. Effective from the 1st of July, RDC core services staff numbers will reduce from 388 full-time to 322, a reduction of 66. Also, 192 full-time staff will be transferred to new CCOs, and RDC carried historical vacancies into the realignment process. The projected $3.5 million savings equates to reducing the current personnel costs by 10%. Some 217 staff have been confirmed or redeployed into roles in the core organisation, while 119 have been displaced and will be able to apply for 100 contestable positions. These will be advertised internally and or externally, depending on the skills, experience and expertise available within the organisation. There is no confirmed number of physical staff reductions at this stage, as this will vary due to the recruitment process. Alan Solomon was at the press conference.
This is definitely part of this Vision 2030, where we set some priorities and said by 2016 that we wanted this efficient, effective and valued council. And with Jeff and his team today, and Greg, Rob. I introduced the last person as Craig, and he said I'm Greg, so there you go. Has been working with Jeff and the team, and Jeff can explain that, but it's nice to have you here. So this is an amazing strategic point that we went out to staff 3 months ago, and I was with Jeff at that time, and I think staff would have said, they're going to realign council, what does that mean, and will it really be done by this date? And Jeff's delivered on the date, and it delivered an amazing process behind it that he can explain to you. And I went with him at that time to say, we don't just say tato, us with the community, it's the executive and political support too here. So I've made sure that I'm informed all along the way, and councillors have been informed of the realignment too. So they understand what was happening at every point. And I just have to say that looking at the staff today, and you know that there's around a net 66 jobs that are really affected. You didn't hear gasps or there wasn't any shock or horror, but the reality's definitely struck, and they know that we've done the right thing.
Jeff, appreciate your time today. Now, we've just sat through a 30-minute presentation about the restructuring and, unfortunately, the loss of jobs here at the council, but there is good news. So just in a broad sense, just explain what the presentation was all about.
Okay, so what have we done? So since early this year, we've been working on an organisation realignment process. That's a realignment process to what the council is looking for us to achieve by Rotorua 2030 and 2016. So what we've done since the early part of the year is working with staff about a new organisation, what does it need to look like, and today we've announced what that organisation will look like. So we've finished the design work effectively. So the announcement in terms of the job numbers and so on really pertains to how was it and how will it be by 1 July this year.
Now, we mentioned there's 66 jobs that are going to be lost. There's going to be pain out there for families who maybe not be able to reapply or continue on in a role. Obviously, you took that in consideration, but it must have been tough to tell these people, you're going to be out of a job.
Yeah, look, it is a tough time. It's incredibly hard on the organisation, and look, I really feel for the people and families that are affected by it at the moment. We're not at the end of the process, though. So as of today, all we've done is told people who are affected by this that their jobs won't be going forward. They are then in a process where they're going to be applying for jobs. There are vacancies, so there's opportunities for people. And so it won't be until we're at the end of that process that we'll really know who's going to be in the organisation and who's not.
Now, you mentioned there's going to be $3.5 million saving with the loss of these jobs. Is that money going to be reallocated? Is it going to be used for servicing loans, or what's going to happen with it?
No, that money is built into the annual plan. So the annual plan is premised for next year on the fact that we can make $4 million of savings. This will go partly to achieving that, and the remaining savings will pick up through other efficiencies.
New times ahead for the RDC, and that was Alan Solomon reporting. If you'd like to see the show again, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz, or to talk to the team, call the station on 07 3488 984. Thanks for watching tonight. Have a great Queen's Birthday holiday weekend. For Maria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.